All right, we're making sure that our mic is on. We're ready to go. This is Nelson with Creekwood.aquatics, and welcome to the fish room. Thank you, Goldies, for sharing this live. Let me import the shop. All right, there we go. Shop is loaded. There we go. All right, welcome to Creekwood.aquatics. We're going to start our show. We're going to start off slow. We're going to ramp our way up to more exciting stuff. Today, we're going to start off with our gentle auto sinkless. So this will be for a 3-pack of auto sinkless. Auto sinkless are $4 each. So what I can do, you know what? I'm going to do a 3. Buy 3, get 1. So I'll put 4 auto sinkless. So we'll do $12. $12, and it's on the board. Here we go. So if you're looking for a gentle algae eater for your planted system or for your nano systems, we got ourselves a 4-pack of auto sinkless. It's going to be buy 3, get 1 free. Our shipping is $30. But they are an amazing fish. As you can tell, my auto sinkless are nice and fat and chunky and healthy. We put a lot of work into all of our fish. Here's a little baby albino bristle nose. I'm pretty sure I have 25 of these in stock this week. But later on this week, we have some more exciting algae eaters coming. I know people don't get super excited for algae eaters, but I guarantee if you stop by next Saturday's show, if they come in, you'll be fairly impressed. All right, we're going to move on from the auto sinkless, and we're going to try something else. Let's unpin this item. We have assorted angels over here. This week, the assortment is regular koi angels. The little albinos, yeah, I could put the little albino up next. But yeah, we have little koi angels over here. And we have koi red base. And you can see that deep red that's starting to form behind his head. So we have these guys. They're an assortment. They're $12 each this week. So let's make a bundle So let's make a listing. Get a better picture. The best I'm gonna get. Assorted koi angelfish. We'll do a 3-pack. So 36. And remember, you guys saved 20% off of your first $20 today. Here we go. Listing is live. These are going to be our assorted koi. So there's an assorted koi red base, and that is a regular koi angel. And you can see the difference of the colors. But again, these are going to be fantastic little fish. These guys were locally bred. They're super hardy and they're super good looking. I kind of like their little blushing cheeks over here. They kind of remind me of blushing angels. Hey, Fish Fam Link. All right, we're going to move on from these angels. Goldies, if you're still here, let's take a look at some of those plecos here. I know I got this little baby albino over here. We definitely have more. There's another baby bushy nose over there. We can make a little bundle. They're $10 each, but yeah, we can do them for yeah, we can do a 3-pack for $25 if you're interested. Let me post it. Little albino baby. So bushy nose pleco 3-pack. $25. Remember, you save your 20% off of your first $20. And there you go. There's our listing. Little baby albino pleco. And we have a few more plecos in stock. Thank you, Goldies Goodies. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we're going to mark the tank. Three-pack pleco. Albino. And 2 regular. All right. There's your fish. Thank you so much. If you guys want to see, oh, there's some more baby plecos. We got baby plecos coming out of every tank this week. But not only that, we have an algae eater that's a little bit rare. I'm really excited to have them. Here we go. These are giant auto cinchlets. They grow up to 4 inches. These guys are massive already. If you look at my hand, they're about the size of my pinky. Actually, if you want to compare, They're about the size of my thumb. This is an amazing fish. They do better in little schools. So I can work out a deal if someone wants to buy more than one, but this week they're $40. But if you buy two, we could probably do it for we could probably do two for 70 if somebody's interested. Just let me know. But in the meantime, we're gonna post one. But these guys do not come up very often. They are their own species from South America. We've had these guys for about 2 weeks, and they've been amazing since they've been here. Let's get them posted. There he is, the giant autocinculus. I have a thing for derpy looking fish. I love fish that have blank expressions. But yeah, we'll show. Oh, there's another one back here. Again, for me, I think they're a collector's dream. These guys are amazing. They are a showstopper. They do like to hang out in the open. They're not like the other shy algae eaters. Actually, there's one right there that's been there the whole time. But yeah, this is a fish that people stop and people will notice. I will notice because again, they are absolutely wonderful, and I love them. We'll keep these on cue for a couple more seconds, and then we'll move on to something else. Okay. I wonder if we can see them right now. Probably not. Okay. Here is our next. We have another fancy pleco. I just want them to cooperate with me. I have to get them into the corner. But these are the tiger plecos. This is pleco L3 397. I can't pronounce their scientific name or their Latin name, but they are a beautiful pleco. Let's go check the shop. Pleco L397. We have 6 more of these in stock. We have more available from our breeder. Our breeder does a fantastic job with these fish. I love their pattern. I love the orange. I love the black stripes. They're extremely hardy. They don't bother anybody. They kind of go to their little caves and they kind of hang out until things get a little dark, and then they come out and they explore. But they are absolutely beautiful. And they're a great algae eater. All right, we're going to move on from those. We're going to keep going really quick. What else do we have that's really cool? We have a lot of stuff that's cool. Let's go check out some of our live bears that we have in stock this week. Fix my light. These guys have been extremely popular. Every time I bring these in, these sell out. These are the vampire swordtails. You see they have the extra long fin, the extra long gonoponum. Their color is super bright orange. They got little albino eyes. But that is a showstopper fish, if I tell you. I made it worse. But yeah, they do have that extra long gonoponum. Sometimes if you're trying to breed them, those gonoponums actually cause a little bit of an issue. So you have to kind of cut them back. You need them to be shorter like this one and this guy right here. But when it's half the length of their body, they can't use their gonoponum properly. But again, really beautiful fish. We should still have 20 of these in stock. But we'll put a 2-pack up on the shop right now. I can't guarantee the sexes. They're going to be an assorted bunch. So assorted vampire swordtail. Two-pack. For $30, listing is live. Yeah, this batch is very male heavy. But again, they're a fish that does not pop up too often. And to me, they look great. Hey, Breezy. But yeah, we have a couple of these inside my personal tank, and they darken up. But these guys look so good when they get older. But remember, we can always come back to the fish that we've seen. But let's keep it going. Let me see the pea puffers. Let me see what I can do on the pea puffers. $27. Any labs? No labs this week. Yeah, we sold the rest of my clown labs, and I don't have any yellow labs this week. All right. We're going to do a 3-pack of the pea puffers over here. Ooh. It's not the best picture, but it'll work. These guys are normally $9 on our website. What we're going to do is we're going to do a 3-pack for $25. Plus, you save your 20% off of the first $20 that you spend today. That's going to be a really good deal. So let's get that listed. So we got pea puffer, 3-pack for $25. Freshwater gobies. I don't have freshwater gobies right now. My vendor has them. We have an order pending coming in on Wednesday. Uh, so, like I said yesterday, send me a DM, and I can figure out what species they have because right now they're listed as miscellaneous. So it's either going to be a rainbow goby or it's going to be a blue siphonon. Yeah, it has to be the $30 shipping. It is colder right now, so we have to add installation, heat pack, and we have to do 2-day shipping FedEx. Yeah, yeah. If you want a box of frozen fish, yeah, we can go cheaper, but I'd rather if the fish gets you healthy. So I'd rather we spend the money up front and you guys get some healthy fish. The siphonals what you're looking for? All right, send me a message. I'll contact the vendor tomorrow when they open. I'll find out. I'll confirm the species of the gobies, and we could probably get a few in. Because when I order the gobies, they are a little pricey, so we usually bring in about 10 at a time. But yeah, right now we have our pea puffers. These guys have been gaining popularity in the aquarium hobby. First time I saw them was in 2017, and from there on, people have talked about these nonstop. They're a great little interactive fish. They are a species only, so you can only keep pea puffers in. They love to eat snails. Here at the shop, we feed them blackworms, bloodworms, Daphnia, Mona, and the occasional mosquito larvae from outside. But this is a very interactive fish. Every time I come into my fish room, they stop by the tank, they say hello, they get their little wormies, and then they go back to being little fishies. But yeah, if I stay here long enough, yeah, we got some African cichlids. We can check out. We could check on them next. We have a few large for $80. There's a couple red shoulders. I believe there's a red empress. I have a pair of the red empress. If you're looking for that, and we should be receiving more large cichlids tomorrow. Here we go. Like I said, everybody's coming. They're coming to see what I'm doing. They are a very curious bunch. Yes, we have plants. Right now, we have a couple of Rotala. We have 2 species of Rotala. We have some super red Luigia. We have some moneywort. And I have a couple other things in the house that I have to propagate, get out here. We also have a ton of guppy grass. So if you need a handful of guppy grass, we have it. It's $9 a bundle, and we can get it to go. I know what a lot of people have been asking me for is red root floaters. I have some that we're cooking up right now. They'll probably be ready in a few weeks. And a lot of people have been asking about Java mosses. And my vendor has them. They sell them in 1-pound bags. But we'll see. All right, we're going to unpin this. But who asked me about the African cichlids? Tangy Fog. Let's go take a look at some African cichlids. Here we go. System piece leaking on me. All right, so here are African cichlids. I do have to clean my glass. I didn't get to it today. But these are the red shoulders right here. Actually, I don't know. This one I would consider a ruby red. But yeah, our largest cichlids, these guys are $80. $80 for this regal blue over here. Same thing for the red empress. That's $80. And I have a female for him. Where is the female? Here's the female. And I could probably get the male and female bundles for $120 just so that they go together. But again, if $80 is a little much, our next tier of cichlid is $45. $45 gets you something here in the 4-inch range. This one's our blood dragon over here, little OB blood dragon. Here's another one over here. There's some type of hap over there. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. I think that's another ruby red. I think that's another ruby red. After that, we have the $20 tier, which would be some of these Mabunas over here. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of these Mabunas are hybridized, but we have these small peacocks over here. They're $20 as well. $20. $20. Got a little Fructosa. And what else do we have? Yeah, we have a little Tartacana cichlid over there for $10. The other thing that we have that coexists with the African cichlids are the whatchamacallits, Cenodonis petricola. All right. I don't know where the cichlid guy went, but yeah, that's all the cichlids that we have this week. Let's move on. Again, if you guys want to see the cichlids, let me know. We'll go right back. Let's do something that'll add some excitement and some movement to your aquarium. And that'll be the Tetra Priscilla. I wonder if we have them in the shop. Let's see. I have the Von Rio. I don't, so we'll make a new listing for them. All right. Tetra Priscilla Gold. These guys this week, they're $3. They're buy 4, get 1 free, so let's make it a 5-pack. Yeah, so this will be a 5-pack. For $12. Click, pin, there we go. So right now, again, if you're trying to, oh, why does my brain not work? If you're looking to add some movement to your community tanks, Tetra Priscilla are the way to go. They're very calm. They're very pretty. Um, I kind of like that the fact that they're a little transparent and they got those little yellow fins. And they are fairly peaceful. They can be a little nippy. I mean, a lot of tetras are a little nippy, but these guys are not as bad as Serpe tetras. And like I said, what I like about them the most, they're always busy, they're always doing something, they're always moving. Great looking fish. The Hellhound, if you're still here, you can see some of the Rotala that we have in stock over here. The Super Red Luigia, Rotala over here, Moneywort, Kabamba, Hygrophilia, and all the guppy grass you can handle. And remember, if you guys have any questions, you can always ask them. And we can talk about this live on stream. We can talk about your tanks, talk about your fish. All right, we're going to hop off the Tetra Priscilla. Let's unpin that, but we can always go back. Next listing we're going to do, because we're going to keep it moving fast. Wow. There we go. Let's do a 4-pack. Let's do a 4-pack albino Cory catfish. So if you're looking for a cleanup crew, this will be it. So let's see. Click, 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 click. So 32 pinned on the board. So we have a 4-pack of the albino Cory catfish. Again, more busybodies. These guys are always going around the tank looking for spare food. These guys are super active. They're also very easy to breed. A lot of these came from one of our local breeders here in San Antonio. And again, I have to admit, I'm very lucky to live in an area where we have so many talented fish breeders here, because A lot of the stuff that we bring into the room is locally bred, and it's super amazing. The quality's great. And we have a huge supply of them. Just remember the things with Cory catfish. You either want to keep them on really smooth, round gravel, or you want to keep them on sand. But you don't want to keep them on jagged pieces because that tears up their barbels, and they end up getting mouth infections. So keep it round or keep it soft. Sand is preferable for these guys. All right, we're going to move on from these. I said we're going to move quick. What is next? Let's do a 3-pack of nearite snails. All right, this is going to be a 3-pack of nearite snails for $9 or $3 each. But these are our tiger nearites, but I know there's assorted. I think we talked about these yesterday. There are a few red racers that came in with this batch. Nearite snails are really good algae grazers. They love to eat hair algae. They're always super active. They look super cute. They will not overpopulate in your aquarium. They do lay eggs, but their eggs only hatch in salt water. So unless you purposely want to reproduce these, you don't have to worry about them overpopulating the way a mystery snail can. And if you want to see nearite eggs, let's go take a walk over here. Because, yeah, we got a few nearites, those little white dots. Those are the nearite snail eggs. They have a 28-day incubation period. So these guys are in brackish water. And we're waiting for those to hatch. Hey, Bo Grizzle. All right, we're going to move on from these. Let's do a pack of Odessa barbs. Lit. Get a price on the Odessa barbs. They're $6 each. So 18. $18. Remember, you save your $20 off of your first 20%. Pin to the board. Oh, decibars. These guys are great for planted systems. They're not aggressive, but they are curious. So they like to explore. They like to check out on things. So they can get a little nippy. So don't keep them with fish that have really long fins. You can see I'm getting my manicure. But yeah, I've had these for a few months now. When I got these in, they were fry size. Now they're averaging around an inch, inch and a half. They're starting to mature. They're starting to gain their color. But I like these fish. They have a great personality. They add a lot of movement, a lot of colors. You take a lot of bold colors. So you get that red, you get that black. And you get these little ferocious shark babies. Ooh. Let's see. Someone asked a question. Yeah, opaline gouramis, they're pretty chill. Swordtails are chill. Mollies become monsters. Those males, when they want to breed, they just beat up everybody. And then the gold gourami also has a little bit of an attitude. We have a couple gold gouramis this week over here, and I believe I have 3 more opaline left. No, I have 1 more opaline. No, 2 more opaline left. Yeah, I guess we sold another one yesterday. But it looks like, let's see. It looks like they're both female. So yeah, my last 2 opaline gouramis are both female. Ah, really? That is strange. I guess they had to team up. Scalehouse geckos. Did you see our vampire swordtails that we got in this week? Here, just in case you didn't see them, these are vampire swordtails. So every time I bring these in, these always sell out. These are an amazing looking fish. Super long fin, super long gonoponum. Yeah, fantastic looking fish. Now, the thing is, I don't do it often, but every so often when I come across a really cool fish like this, I will buy a few myself and put them indoors. We do have some fancy goldfish. Let's go take a look. It's going to be hard to see them because they're outside in the pond section, which I'm hoping once we get to daylight savings, we'll be able to do more out here. But this guy in the front, that is a red and black oranda. Behind him is just a regular white oranda. We have a few koi. So that's a regular butterfly koi. It's silver and black. There's some red and white orandas over here. Red cap oranda. And I don't know what happened to the ranchu. The ranchu's hiding somewhere over here. But yeah, hopefully once we get into better weather and when the sun's out, we'll come out here and we'll do more goldfish shows. Here's my massive comets. And that female, she's full of eggs. Also, we're trying to work on a deal with one of the goldfish and koi suppliers, one of the big brands. We're gonna see if we can score a sponsorship with them and try to import some koi and goldfish from them. But hopefully, we can work that deal out by March. That's what I'm hoping. All right, let's pin another item. What do we have that's really cool? That's really cute. Let me turn off my flash. Let's do a 3-pack of panda quarries. Sorta. All right, let me get a price on these. $24. No, they're not $24. I'm crazy. No, yeah, they are. All right, $24. But again, remember, you got those coupons. Load those coupons up. Use those coupons. It's already an expensive hobby. Those coupons help make this hobby hurt a little bit less. Here we go on the board. Panda Cory fish. These guys are super cute. They're a little shy. You want to try to provide an environment where they don't get too stressed out. So give them a ton of hiding places, but also enjoy them. What I like is they like to lay on each other. So every so often when they're done, they'll kind of, just like these two, they'll just stack up side by side and lay next to each other. So they're very communal. They form really tight bonds with their groups. And again, just like I say with all my fish, they're absolutely beautiful. They are a wonderful fish to have in your aquarium. Doing a barrel roll. All right, let's move on. Let's check out the blue phantom. So I gotta take my net and I gotta give him a little boop. So yeah, we have a big 4-inch, 4.5-inch blue phantom pleco over here. I wish the camera would do him justice, but these are the classic, kind of the classic old school plecos that people really liked. Let's get him pinned to the board. Let's drop him down to 90 today. He was 100. Let's see how he does at 90. It didn't pin. I don't know why it didn't pin. Let's try it again. Pin. There he is. So we got our beautiful blue phantom pleco. Again, about 4.5 inches. He loves the cucumbers, he likes the carrots. We give him black worms, bloodworms, and the occasional algae wafer. Big fan of it. These guys are big driftwood eaters too, so I would recommend keeping a piece of driftwood in there. It helps them with their digestion. I got to move a piece of driftwood in here because I totally forgot. I'm breaking my own rules right now. I wish we can get him closer, but he's extremely shy. Let's see if I can give him a polite nudge to the front. Very polite. You know. See if we can keep you here. There he is. He will probably get about an inch bigger, but we try not to keep plecos that get too large here. So our biggest plecos are going to grow about 6 inches. But again, they're very sweet. They don't bother anybody. They like to pick their corners. They eat, they poop, and they leave everybody alone. But absolutely beautiful fish. Yes, commons will get over a foot. And the reason why we don't sell commons, let me flip the camera around so you guys can see me. I live in San Antonio, and our river walk is infested with common plecos, commons and clowns. They destroy the native plant life. They erode the riverbed, so we have more landslides. So the mud, they're very destructive. So I feel my part to be responsible. We're only going to bring in the small plecos, and that's it. All right, back to the show. But yeah, we'll only keep dwarf species of plecos. We won't bring in any giants. Yeah, that's the problem with them. So, like, I try to find people who have larger tanks. We keep them in 125s and larger. A lot of people want to throw them in their ponds. I say it's not a good idea because they won't survive the winter. So they'll do great all summer. Yeah, there you go. You see, they'll do great all summer, but in the wintertime when it gets cold, if you don't have a heat, you don't have air supply in there, they tend to struggle. But again, that's why we personally, Creekwood.aquatics, will never bring in common plecos because of the trouble they go through. Yeah, but I know there's people always looking for common plecos on in our fish groups. They want them for their giant tanks. All the power to them. Yeah, and then they tear up your nets. They're hard fish to work with. But yeah, our blue phantoms, I believe they're just a color morph of the green phantom. But again, 6 inches will be their max length. So I'll leave it up to you guys. I think we've seen a lot of the fish that we have here today. If you want to check out the shop and see what we have, if you want to see something up close, let me know. We do have a ton of corals. I do need to make a dedicated coral show just because I feel like there's only a little bit of overlap when it comes to the freshwater and saltwater things. But we do have them here. And we will be doing a large coral order in March. Also, where is my purple tang? There's my purple tang. His name is Thanos. I've had him for over a year. He's a good boy. All right, and then we'll also probably stream up until 8:30. Other than that, I got to start closing up the farm and closing up the fish room. We'll come back over here. We'll take a look at the Vietnamese white clouds. Yeah, these guys we're doing for $9. But we can make a bundle. We could do we could probably do a buy four get one. So we could do a 5-pack of these if anyone's interested. If not, you can always let me unpin this. You can always look at our shop. You can always buy stuff. You can always use the coupon. The coupon is good for the next 3 days. We ship out this week. We're shipping out Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be the last day for shipping this week, and then we go into our next week. So we will be back Friday with some more fish. We'll have hopefully we get our cardinal tetras in, and hopefully we get our blueberry snails in. I've been looking for those blueberry snails for so long. I finally got a source. We want them. How many emperor tetra do I have? So they got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 black neons. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we can move the last of these fish. We sold a lot of these this week. This will be the last fish I post for tonight, and then we'll end the live. We'll get everybody's fish shipped out this week, and we'll be back next Saturday. Let's do a 6-pack. Emperor Tetras, $8. $48. There we go. All right, on the board are the Emperor Tetra. These guys are young right now, but they turn absolutely beautiful. They get a purplish color on the top. They keep those black bars, and then their tail splits like a little trident. So they get 3 tips on the end of their tails. You can sort of see that purple shimmer coming through. They are semi-aggressive, so you do need to have a lot of coverage. You have to feed them. But again, they look really good when they get older. They're just a little bit of a butthead. But yeah, you can see those little spokes coming in on their tails. All right, we'll unpin that. I said, other than that, yeah, let's draw the show to a close. It's been fun. Thank you for everyone who put in your orders today and yesterday. I'm really excited for you guys to see your fish. I'm excited for this week's fish order. I'm excited that this room is finally starting to get to the point where all my tanks are full of some really good, some really cool fish. I forgot about the shrimp. We'll come back to them later. But yeah, we got more cool stuff over here. Some of the stuff that I like to have rarer stuff in my shop. I only have one more of these moray eels available for the week. I'm still working with this guy. His jaw's kind of busted. So we're trying to heal him up. So he's not for sale. But we have another small moray eel about 12 inches. We didn't get to him today, but again, I like to carry weirdos. So we have the morays, the phantoms, the giant auto sinkless, and there'll be more surprises coming up. Anyways, this is Nelson with Creekwood.aquatics. Thank you for stopping by. I will see you guys next Saturday. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.